right, welcome back. This is TravelGuruVT, and today I am going to go over my top 7 travel tips to make sure that your trip is enjoyable. Let's just get right into this. Also, if you're new to the channel, thank you for checking us out. Please do us that big 3, like, subscribe, and comment. We really appreciate it. And if you're a returning viewer, once again, I thank you for your continued support. All right, so let's just get right into it. 7 travel tips for an excellent trip every time. The first one, and this one I cannot stress enough, is go for the early flight. All right. Some people are like, oh, I don't want to, be at the airport at 4 in the morning for a 6 a.m. flight, things like that. I know it might seem, stressful or whatever, or just out of the way, but if you have the option to take an early morning flight and get to your destination earlier, go for it. Because as much as I've traveled, most of the times things go off without a hitch, but occasionally, you're going to get delays or even flight cancellations, on the more extreme side. But if you take that earlier flight, you give yourself a better chance of, being rebooked on that next flight if something happens and your flight gets delayed, you missed a connection or whatever. But if you're, taking, let's say the 5 p.m. flight, hoping to be somewhere by 10:30 and, you get delayed or canceled, then that can throw things off. And most of us want to get to our travel destination as quickly as possible so we can start having fun and relaxing and all that good stuff. So definitely, if you have the option for the early flight or train or bus, whatever your mode of transportation is, go for the early. All right. Tip number 2. This is mainly applies to the airlines, but it can apply to trains and buses as well. Print your tickets if possible. Because things happen, you forget your charger or you can't find anywhere to plug in your charger, your device dies, and then boom, you don't have a way to pull up your ticket. Usually you can go to the counter or they have those little kiosks that'll let you print your tickets. But, it's one of those things that I prefer to go for just in case, because you never know what could happen. You could lose your stuff, anything could happen. So it's nice to have that as a backup. Also, an alternative to that as a second device. And, I do that as well. I have a second device with the airline app, and so I'll be able to pull my ticket up that way as well. But print those tickets if possible. You never know when you might need them. Third tip, travel only on travel day. Do not try to squeeze in, doing a excursion or activity as soon as you're supposed to arrive at the place, because like we said for tip number 1, things happen, whether or not you take the early flight. So if you can avoid trying to plan anything on travel day, please do. Tip number 4, pre-planned transportation. This is another big one as well. Most of the time when I go to different states and countries, I try to pick a hotel that has free shuttle service, free airport transportation. That isn't always the case, but most of the time it is. That's what I aim for. Try to get that included, call them up, make sure, that's still running and, things of that nature, give them your flight number, your arrival times, all that, so that, you're not outside, wondering if you can get a cab or if Uber is going to come get you or whatever. But for plan B, if you do say pick a hotel with an airport shuttle, and I recently got in this situation a month or so ago where the hotel had airport transportation for free, but my flight was delayed. So by the time I got there, the free hotel transportation had stopped from the airport to the hotel and back, whatnot. So I ended up having to do an Uber or Lyft, one of those. So just make a plan B, no matter what you choose, for your transportation from the airport to your final destination. Have a plan B on deck just in case. All right, tip number 4, prepay as much as possible. I say this for a lot of reasons because I guess one of the biggest reasons is, when you get there, you just want to have fun. You don't want to worry about, I got to pay for this and that and that and that and that, on top of, other things. So if you can prepay for your trip, whether it be you have to buy the flight before you go. So that's, kind of a given, but, your hotel and, excursions, things like that. If you can prepay for that stuff before you arrive, do it, especially if, if you're staying at reputable places and dealing with reputable companies, prepay for that stuff before you get there So that's one less thing to worry about, when you're digging in your pocket for money for other things. Number 6, pace yourself. Do not try to be Superman or Superwoman on your trip and do 60,000 things a day and be burnt out, your entire trip just from run, 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 run. Unless that's your thing, then go for it. But I know most people, when they go on a trip, they want to go relax. They want to do things, but they want to kind of move at their own pace at times too, and just, stop and smell the roses, if you will. So definitely keep that in mind. Pace yourself on the trips. Don't burn yourself out. And the 7th and final tip, last but not least, enjoy yourself. You're going on this trip for a reason. Don't overcomplicate things. Don't burn yourself out. Don't try to go out of your budget, if you don't have to. Just enjoy yourself. Do the activities you want to do, eat what you want to eat, sleep as long or as little as you want to sleep. Just enjoy yourself overall. All right, I want to thank you guys for tuning in for my 7 travel tips, and we'll be back with more tips at another time. Travel Guru VT. Oh, also, don't forget, August 1st, we are having the drawing for the 1,000 subscriber giveaway, and included in the prize pack is one of these Travel Guru VT medallions with the logo on the front, and it is engraved in the back with Travel Guru VT. And there'll be some other things in the prize pack as well, but this is the biggie. So definitely put in the comments your favorite destination you've been to, or your favorite destination / dream destination that you want to go to. But if you do that, that will enter you in the drawing for a chance to win this and the other items that come in the prize pack. So keep tuning in. Don't forget, August 1st, we're going to have that drawing and announce the winner. And we'll be back soon. Travel Guru VT.